guys, welcome back to Hope is Alive channel. Mike here. We're looking at 5 warnings in the book of Hebrew for young believers who should have been a lot more mature than they were. We're looking at the 4th one, which is Hebrews chapter 10 verses 26 through to 39. I'll put that down the bottom. This is about willfully continuing to sin. And we'll look at that in a moment. Remember the progression or the sequence here where you start drifting away with neglect, and then it leads to unbelief, and then it leads to a falling away. And now we're talking about willfully sinning. Hebrews 10:26, if we deliberately keep on sinning after we have received the knowledge of the truth, no sacrifice for sins is left. Wow, it's terrible, but only a fearful expectation of judgment and of raging fire that will consume the enemies of God. Man, if that doesn't speak to you, nothing will. The implication is simply this, is that knowledge of the truth makes us more accountable. If you look at Isaiah 26:11, Andrew Murray has quite a good question on that. The question will be asked, but what is willful sin? And he goes into it a little bit. He finishes it this way: the only sure way of being kept from willful sin is to keep far away from all sin. That's a good answer. Hebrews 10:28, anyone who rejected the law of Moses died without mercy on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. How much more severely do you think someone deserves to be punished who's trampled the Son of God? It's really scary stuff. So rejecting Moses' law brought death, but the person here described in Hebrews is guilty of a far worse 3-fold crime: trampling on the Son of God, desecrating the blood of the new covenant, and insulting the Spirit of grace. The Holy Spirit is the first contact with the Godhead. He's the first one we meet and the last one to say goodbye. It's an insult to treat him in the wrong way. There's a couple of Greek words there: enubrizo, to treat with despite or reproach, and one where we get the word blaspheme. Blasphemio means to speak profanely, to rail at or rage at. Hebrews 10:32 exhorts us to boldness and to perseverance, to endurance. Enlightenment will lead to testing. You can compare that to Acts 14:32. We cannot avoid affliction. And there seems to be a point here in the letter to the Hebrews where these believers didn't like the conflict that was coming. So they just started drifting back to where they were again, just ignoring what Jesus and the Holy Spirit had done for them. So you can't avoid affliction. And just because you have affliction or conflict in your life doesn't mean that you're out of the will of God. Maybe, here's a thought for you, maybe God is growing you up. I said to someone just today, look at the price you've paid and don't throw it away. Verse 35, so do not throw away your confidence, it'll be richly rewarded. So the application is this: don't throw away your boldness, don't throw away your confidence, don't throw away your freedom of speech. We're exhorted in verse 37 to believe and to not draw back. And that's a quote straight from Habakkuk. So there's only 2 alternatives when you get to verse 39, and it's shrinking back to destruction, motivated by fear, or perseverance to final salvation, motivated by faith. Again, like I said in the previous video, we are either going forwards or we are going backwards. There is no maintenance in the middle. We see forward or back, we see fear or faith, we see shrinking or persevering. There is no third option. I hope this encourages you today. Be blessed. See ya. Hey, thanks very much for watching Hope is Alive channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like and click here or over here or just to my over there or just to this side to watch more videos. Come on, you can do it.